and Honorable Dr. Samuel Achuti. I want to thank you all for coming. Berurumon, Kanajawuredi, Yume, under the program, board commissioner, can ceremony, you know what we have come to the end of this segment. I thank you. Remain seated where you are, and as the church goes there, we shall be entertained by the team from St. Gracious Secondary School. They have wonderful messages in a tribute to our time. Don't go away, remain seated. I have a number of 105 people only who have been selected to go there. And if you know your name is not in the list, don't come. We have the names of 105. Remain seated, don't go anywhere. Where we are going is a very, very private place. Only the church people, the small member family.
I want to recognize all the protocol, but I would like to address my son, Cecilia Ogwal, and to say a lot has been said about my sister in politics, in the way in Uganda, in the parliaments. What I'm going to say is real about Cecilia the girl. Cecilia the girl. Because when you join politics or you work, people forget that you are an individual who has emotions, and you do cry, and you have unfulfilled wishes. But because each of us, when we are created, God gave us an amount of oil, which if it is plenty and you don't burn it, that is what will burn you in hell. And I want to thank my sister, Cecilia, for having burnt all her oil, because I know she has gone straight to heaven. My first hearing of Cecilia Ogwal was when I was in the Democratic Party. As a young girl after McKennedy, 1980, I was in the VP as a women mobilizer in the women's wing and also a youth mobilizer. Very young girl, a black beauty. And we used to know ourselves with Cecilia on the other side. So we were fighting. I remember we came to the north here and they beat us with rotten eggs. And later on, we met when we were in the Constituent Assembly. I was then Minister for Women in Development, Culture and Youth. And she told me, my younger sister Specioza, I know how you were brought up. Our history is being brought up by nuns in the convent. So I know your values. I can understand what you stand for. But when it comes to the issue of women, there will be no political divide. And I tell you, when it comes to issue of culture, there will be no political divide. And that was my docket which I was championing, to also consult cultural leaders across the country. And I remember, despite the problems then, I was able to come here and consult. In Acholi, I consulted the roads. I even went to West Nile. And of course, there was only one radio station where we were mobilizing all people in the country. I want to tell you, I was in politics, but I'm not a politician. Even my boss, President Museveni, always said, this one is a leader, but she's not a politician. Because she doesn't validate, she doesn't calculate what she will get out of what she's going to say. And I want to say that whereas Cecilia was a political activist, she was not a politician of the style you hear about these days, and somebody said it here. She would call a spade, because she was also discerning. She wouldn't say something just because it has to be said or repeated. In Lusoma we say, that when you are going to action, heed something, go backwards, and then you move. Because you have got the knowledge, the information about the person you want to talk to. In Musoka, we also say, that's why we have got people who are stored. If Musoka says bay, they mean bay. Because as an individual, you ask me, how can I know everything? Cecilia was also a Musoka. Because she always consulted, she would consult. And I learned a lot from her in that respect. I'm not going to talk for long, but I want to say this. Cecilia was somebody, when she loved you, she truly loved you. Because all of you say she's mama, she's Ima, she's whatever. But her love for people whom she got as sisters in political association was because if she finds that you are smart here in the brain, she will follow you through and know that if she met as you, you will be able to become a true activist for the human rights or whatever she's marketing. Cecilia was like that. I want to tell you that for me, I sit with the family. Sarongo there is my husband. Sarongo, if I show you.
Thank you.
Sarongo, because Cecilia always said, Specioza, when I'm not here, you must look after Sarongo, because I have seen how you've looked after children of other foreign colleagues and friends. You want me to finish? I will tease you when we are in Sudan. When we go to Sudan, you'll see.
Thank you, Mommy.
I want to say this, and it is for the people I'm facing. Please pick your friends and understand them when you are in politics. Because in politics, people will clap for you, but when you leave, if you can even count 5 people on the fingers, who will call you when you are no longer a member of parliament? Like I send messages to my son Otto when I see he's in trouble. If you even pick somebody and they come to you when you are holding your daughter's wedding or son's wedding, and you count them after you left politics, you will be very lucky. For me, I was very lucky. My sister, Cecilia Ogwal, took me as a real sister, and anything that happened to me, she's one of the 5 women whom I was with in politics, whom I can count on my fingers. Because when she was taken to India, I was in intensive care unit, very ill, so I didn't know she was not well. Until my son told me, I cannot face Cecilia. Because even when, I'm telling you, even when you are a former VP, you may post even on the ministry website or WhatsApp, and nobody has to check on you. This is the politics. Politics. So you must make sure you choose your friends. Friends whom you can rely on, friends whom you know will actually be with you. And I want to thank my elder sister for that. Lame, you have a true friend, a true Narongo, whom your family knows. Our children are friends, and I will be there for you. Because I know that you are also in a condition that needs people who are close to you to support you and our children. Thank you all for giving all this to my sister. And thank you, President Museveni, for making sure your friend, whom you used to send me to support in the campaigns when she was in UPC, I used to come and campaign for Cecilia when I was Vice President. And yes, you said, you go. So politics is not about parties. It's about knowing who is actually running this country. Thank very much. And